Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. I'm sorry for this unusual video, but the usual stuff will be back on the menu soon. I am working on an animatic. I know that most people subscribed are here for them, but this one thing is just for me, for fun, something to keep my mind off of the situation going on here right now, like them. Today I'm gonna be talking about my friends' stories and why I like them. I'm not good with words, so this will probably be just me rambling. Like, for real, I was the quiet kid, or I am the quiet kid. And people hated it. Like, there was this one girl in my class in high school that freaking hated me for being the quiet kid, alright? I know it's annoying, but I don't know, I can't do anything about it. Alright, whatever. Let's get into the stories. I won't be up. Alright, let's get into the stories. So first off, we're gonna start with my friend Kara's story. It's called Shadow's Light, and here's the synopsis. We are in a fictional world where the top of the social ladder are the nobles, and also a ruling royal family, from whose hand the scepter of power has long since fallen. Bourgeois society leads a life of exploitation, while the weak and impoverished are enslaved and treated as tools. The main character of the story is William, the son of a nobleman who first sees the light of day on a slave trading ship. He is raised as a slave until the age of 4, when his father finds him and takes him back. From then on, he is raised as a nobleman, but he, carrying the trauma of those 4 years, vows to abolish slavery, even if the path to it proves dangerous and impossible. Along the way, he makes friends and allies, fighting to offer a new life to those who were once rejected by society. In addition to William, the story also features 2 other main characters: his silver-haired bodyguard, who is also his sworn brother, and a slave girl who has special abilities due to her deep past. Okay, so what can I say? I absolutely love this story. I love the characters. William, an aristocrat that felt what it's like to be a slave on his own skin, and does everything he can, everything in his power to abolish this awful system. He's a deep character for sure, has internal struggles, has his weaknesses, and he tries his best to make people around him feel seen. Actually, an amazing character to root for. Compassionate but not weak, he earns his respect. And Rune, we all love Rune, alright? We all wish him the best. He's our little boy. He does everything he can to protect William. They are found family. William and other characters form deep bonds with each other, they care for one another, and it's a lovely display of how kindness can change people and change the world, and how we need compassionate but wise and strong leaders. It teaches us how to be human. I believe it is a mature story. It can be a little bit slow, can be dark, but after all it's full of hope. I would say it's a bit like Vinland Saga, more like Second, although it's a bit like Vinland Saga. If you've seen Vinland Saga, you would probably agree. And the art is absolutely gorgeous. The colors, the composition, the shading, absolutely masterpieces. They give a story a sense of reality, make it grounded. The character designs are soft, but very effective in conveying personality. I feel like, no offense to anyone of course, but I think like Kyra is the best artist out of our group, like for real. Absolute skill just went into there. Like, she's absolutely skilled, what can I say? Just look at her art. Let's move on to Daki. Yes. So her story is called Maybe One Day in New York. It's on Tapas, I believe. I'm gonna link some of their socials, some of their platforms in the description, so you can check them out. If I forget something, you can check out my profile anywhere, and I will probably have them in my friends, and I interact with them very often, so you should find them through me. Okay, so alright, maybe one day in New York, the protagonist Tyler Locks is secretly a criminal, and his friends, who are superheroes, don't know this. So they all fight Tyler without knowing. This story focuses on their superhero lives as well as personal lives. They will go on a ton of fun adventures containing time travel, mind control courses, and more. Alright, so Stella, I absolutely adore Stella. She's everything, a lovely, kind girl that is by no means a pushover, fights for the sake of her friends, and what she believes is good. Absolutely wonderful character design with the pastel colors complementing well her soft manner. Alex is a bully, straight out of Mean Girls. Steals everything she's in, and what can I say, a fashion icon. The story is very fun in the sense of I always wanted to do this with my story, but was too scared. Ducky isn't scared. Here the characters can be going to school or a wedding, fun events that may not progress the story, but make the characters feel like our friends. Like, if you've seen, you haven't, but if you've seen the no title, it was very similar. Characters would, I think I exactly have the episode where they go to a wedding. So that's funny. Like, they might be having fun, we might be having fun, but the story is always there somewhere, right? There are villains with deep motives and just straight up silly bad guys. It's all here. You can choose whatever you like. There's something for everyone, alright? Oh, and Henry, I have a theory. A game theory. No, but really, I think he gonna come back. Maybe Tyler will face him. Maybe that's how the others get to discover his hidden identity. Maybe the heroes will have to fight. Maybe Tyler will be torn between his own father, the person he has idolized even despite his absence, and his friends that actually cared for him. The key art style is adorable. I love the tiny noses and mouths. Pretty unique without line art. Very stylized, yet somehow still very stylized, yet not unbelievable, you know? As far as I know, she also works in Medibank, so we Medibank besties. Let's go, free softwares. Alright, now, Red Pen's story called Trial of the Void. The Void is a being of unknown origins. It lives upon our realms for generations and generations, enjoying one thing, bloodshed and agony. As our world progresses, its presence is always there, watching as we slaughter each other every day. However, the Void does not enjoy waiting for people to slaughter each other, and its demand for bloodshed was over the top. The Void had a plan to fix this amendment, creating various trials within an alternate realm primarily used as a hunting ground. Along with that, the Void also collected various people who it believed needed to be punished to participate in escaping the trials. However, the Void was not willing to let it be easy on them. Alongside collecting survivors, the Void also collected or created various killers to hunt down these survivors, promising each killer a chance of letting them hunt down those that wronged them. If not, some killers are also created with the essence of the Void, granting them incredible powers of the Void. It is unknown to how the story will end, but for now, welcome to the Void, and let the trials begin. Okay, so you've got some unique powers going on there. Each killer has like their own class, I believe. That's what I would call. I think it's a cool idea if it was really a game. I think it would be rad. But could also be a series with like high stakes, like The Walking Dead. I don't know, I just found it similar in nature. Killers and survivors work in a creative way. I like the Void as a concept. Mysterious stuff. The killers being based on a lot of different stuff, like there's a yandere guy. Okay. Unusual, I like it. There's an urban legend spy girl, like if you were into horror and stuff like that when you were younger, you probably heard about that Japanese woman ghost with that smile card on her face. So that was a blast from the past. I love it. There's a lot of characters. Of course, I love the Empress. I love her design, and overall, she's an Empress. How could I not love her? The gameplay seems engaging. I'm not that into gaming, but I've seen Astral Spirit play Dead by Daylight, and I think it's something similar. It's a bit like Fate when certain people get summoned and gain special abilities. So of course I am fond of this aspect as well. There are a lot of characters, everyone with their own past and goals. The survivors are in a disadvantage, so there's a lot of room for strategy when it comes to them, especially that killers have their own unique powers, so there's not like one way around them, you know, so you gotta think it's cool. You can strategize as well along with the characters. It's a little bit slasher-like, but with more character and story. I'm interested to see how it develops. Redfern has this distinctive style. It's very cute. May seem simple at first, but there's a lot of cool details to find if you take a closer look. Oh, and weapon design and stuff like this is really cool. You should check it out definitely. So now Gamma story. I forgot to ask for the name. Sorry. you can add it in comments, okay, Gamma? So the whole story revolves around James Gamma Nightingale, who's a woman disguised as a man, and her crew trying to become rich in 17th century Caribbean in British and Spanish colonies. They try to find buried treasure, steal and plunder British and Spanish ships, steal from rich aristocrats, fight other pirates, fight the British army, escape the Port Royal prison, find secretaries and switches, and much more. They will encounter lots of characters, from rich, snobby, stuck-up British aristocrats to bloodthirsty, terrifying pirates. Adventure. Epic adventure. Like a Saturday morning cartoon full of lovable, quick characters. The press writer is my favorite archetype, by the way. I love the guy. It was very fun drawing him during Art Fight. My boy. There are very fun character interactions. If you check out the comic strips that Gamma posts on Instagram, they are very charming. I love them. They are very playful. Our protagonist, James, is very likable. The story is full of skits and gags, and history of mythical elements is my absolutely favorite thing ever. So there's that. It being like cartoonish style, I think is a perfect art style for this kind of story, and it's very charming. Even if the art style is simplified, you can tell there was a rechange into fashion of the times. I absolutely adore that. Alright, James, go get them British folks. I want to also mention D&D Manatee, Con, in short, and her story 88 Curses. It's about a girl called Yui, who grew up in an isolated mountain cloister where her family was charged centuries ago with guarding a dangerous artifact known as the Capsule of 88 Curses. Whilst defending the jar from a robber one day, she accidentally opened the capsule and took on all of the curses herself. Now, with the help of her friends, she has to figure out how to break each one and return them to their place before her parents find out. Relatable. That's all I would say. The main character is an anxious mess and I love it. Trying to meet the expectations of others and being afraid of failure is something I think we all experienced in our lives one way or another. The characters are lovely. The three main ones have a very cool dynamic. Trios like this always work, right? Honey is a female warrior, which is awesome. Wei uses his wits instead, which is a cool twist on the usual trope of a guy warrior and smart girl. Great writing. Con is an absolutely incredible writer. She wrote a fanfic of my story for me, and the way she conveyed the characters and their personality was on point. It was perfect. This is a great skill to have when being one of the writers for a show and such. The premise is cool. I adore the idea of the curses and that to get rid of them you have to perform a different ritual for each. They also allow for character growth and push the plot forward in a seamless manner. Alright, so that's it for today's video. If you found any of the stories interesting, I encourage to check out the author's social media. and show them your support. I wanted to do something special for my birthday, but there's no way. I had such an art block that it stopped me from anything, really. And with the situation going on right now, I don't know what the future holds. It's only hoped for the best, alright? I have a few ideas for some other videos. Like, I had this idea to make a video of me drawing my friends' characters from memory. You may be like, okay, that's pretty easy. It isn't for me, okay? I have a memory of a goldfish, and I can't even draw my own characters from memory. Just look at Tiger. He looks different in every episode, I swear. I could also do a video of drawing anime characters from memory, but that would be so freaking hard. Anime characters tend to have a lot of details, but we'll see. I had also an idea to talk about my favorite anime and why I like them, as well as maybe talk about FGO and why I like this forsaken game despite its many flaws. But we shall see. Tell me if you find any of the ideas interesting. As for now, thank you for listening, and I hope you have a nice day. Goodbye.